Welcome back, everyone. If you're a healthcare executive focused on figuring out exactly how top-tier facilities staff their floors, or if you're a medical professional looking for your next massive career leap, you are in exactly the right place. In today's Explainer, we're diving deep into the fascinating mechanics of elite medical recruitment. Specifically, we're zeroing in on medical staff talent. They are the premier bridge connecting elite, Western-trained medical professionals with the absolute most prestigious healthcare institutions and private households over in the Gulf. It's a super specialized niche, and honestly, seeing how supply meets demand at this ultra-high level is just incredibly insightful. So, let's get into it.
Here is our quick roadmap for today. We'll start with elite talent for the Gulf, look at solutions for healthcare clients, and then flip the script to explore opportunities for medical professionals. After that, we'll check out what clients actually have to say before finishing up with how to take your next step.
Okay, Section 1. Elite talent for the Gulf. Exclusively sourcing Western-trained clinical talent.
Now, the real standout aspect of medical staff talent is just the sheer specificity of their mission. They really aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Instead, they operate as a highly bespoke agency. Their entire operational focus is exclusively sourcing Western-trained doctors, physiotherapists, and nurses specifically for the Gulf Cooperation Council, or GCC region. By narrowing their focus like that, they can guarantee a level of quality and deep vetting that those massive broader agencies simply can't match. It's like finding a specialist versus a general practitioner.
And honestly, that rigorous focus is absolutely necessary when you look at their clientele. We are talking about the big leagues here. Royal households, premium private hospitals, specialized private clinics, and ultra-high net worth families across the GCC. These are incredibly exclusive, premium environments. They don't just want baseline medical competence, they demand the absolute highest caliber of clinical staff available. I mean, think about it. When a royal household or a premier private hospital needs care, the margin for error is literally zero.
Moving right along to Section 2, Solutions for Healthcare Clients, delivering elite, vetted clinical talent.
So, if you're a healthcare executive or an HR director tuning in right now, this is where we tackle your specific operational headaches. Their full-cycle recruiting service basically neutralizes hiring friction in 3 main steps. First up, rigorous vetting. They aren't just blindly forwarding resumes. They make sure candidates actually meet those sky-high expectations of the GCC's premier facilities. Second, and this is a big one, overcoming licensing complexities. Anyone who has ever hired internationally knows the licensing process can be an absolute nightmare. Medical staff talent completely takes that hurdle off your plate. And third, seamless onboarding. It's a fully handled-for-you service, which is a massive breath of fresh air compared to the notoriously difficult international hiring process.
All right, Section 3, Opportunities for Medical Professionals, Premier Career Placements in the GCC. Let's look at this from the candidate's perspective. For Western-trained specialists looking for a really lucrative, rewarding move, the opportunities here heavily focus on 3 primary roles. For doctors, they're seeking highly qualified specialists across all the major disciplines, with a huge emphasis on exceptional clinical care and seamless team integration. For physiotherapists, they want true experts in evidence-based techniques, specifically aimed at restoring mobility and sports injury recovery. And for nurses, the focus is on vetted pros who bring not just rock-solid safety and clinical expertise, but compassionate care and flawless patient etiquette. That last part, the etiquette, is absolutely vital when you're working in private and ultra-high net worth settings.
Now, packing up and moving to the Gulf might sound a little daunting, right? But they provide a comprehensive support structure that ensures your transition is totally guided. You get a dedicated candidate portal to easily and securely submit your CV. Plus, they do the heavy lifting with things like data flow verification, which is the mandatory credential screening and background check required in the region. On top of all that, they guide you through the essential insurance and liability resources you're definitely going to need as an international candidate. You are literally supported every single step of the way.
Let's move to Section 4, What Our Clients Say. Verified 5-star excellence from the Gulf. Because social proof is everything.
I absolutely love this quote from an HR director at a specialized polyclinic over in Doha. They point out that finding the perfect mix of clinical skills and patient etiquette is notoriously tough, but medical staff talent stepped in and provided exceptional UK-trained nurses ready to go. The real takeaway here? Their rigorous vetting process directly solves a very common, very specific challenge, and it literally saved their internal HR team weeks of frustrating work. That's a huge win.
Then we have this one from the head of rehabilitation at a sports medicine center in Riyadh.
They had an urgent need, and the agency quickly delivered candidates with highly impressive European track records. The key thing to notice here is that these candidates elevated the standard of care immediately. That is the true, tangible value of bringing in perfectly matched, elite talent. They hit the ground running.
And finally, check out this feedback from a medical director at a premier private hospital in Dubai. They hit the nail right on the head by bringing up the elephant in the room, licensing complexities. Finding specialized Western-trained consultants is hard enough, but getting them licensed, that's a whole different beast. But the team at Medical Staff Talent handled the whole shebang seamlessly. They act as a true partner by completely neutralizing the bureaucratic friction that usually slows international hiring to a crawl.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5. Take your next step, connecting elite demand with elite supply.
So, here is the big question. Whether you're a facility director in the GCC who absolutely refuses to compromise on medical staffing, or you're a Western-trained specialist eager to bring your hard-earned expertise to a dynamic, highly rewarding new environment, the opportunity is sitting right there in front of you.
For candidates, you can kick off your journey securely through their candidate portal, and for healthcare organizations, you can reach out to them directly. Now, while their operational focus is totally dedicated to the Gulf, they actually run things with incredible global efficiency right out of their European headquarters in Girona, Spain. So, whether you're tasked with managing a royal household or you're an elite physiotherapist looking for that next big challenge, are you ready to elevate your standard of care or your career? Seriously, what's stopping you from making that connection today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and as always, keep learning.